Hello everyone, and welcome to another Fire Emblem Heroes skill guide. Our topic today is the Brazen skill family and the power of buff stacking. Brazens are A skills with an equip cost of 240 skill points. At the time of recording, they come in three varieties: attack defense, attack speed, and defense res. Brazens, like most skills, are difficult to come by. Attack defense is the only somewhat common one, available on 4-star Ares. Defense res is available on male Kana for free, but he is a limited unit. Mechanically, Brazens are simple. At the beginning of combat, on either phase, if the equipped unit has less than 80% HP, they get a +7 bonus to 2 stats during combat. Brazens are simple, but that simplicity makes them strong. Because they just work, you don't need to mess around with positioning, co-deployment, or anything like that. The setup is easy and the payoff is significant. It's hard to ask for much else. In a way, Brazen skills play like the opposite of Fury. Instead of starting strong and becoming weaker, units with Brazen skills start off weak and become stronger. This means that Brazen skills synergize very well with natural bulk, merges, and summoner support. That may sound a little odd when one of the Brazen skills only improves attack and speed, but don't forget that speed also contributes to bulk. Fast units can be hard to kill, and hard to kill means more chances to fight using Brazens. Additionally, Brazen skills allow you to specialize. Units often want to maximize 2 or 3 stats, so the ability to boost those relevant stats is a big deal. The all-around increase from Fury is nice, but most units don't need it and would prefer a larger, more focused bonus. But the thing that brings all of these advantages together, the reason Brazens are getting a skill guide instead of a sleeper skills video, is the intense synergy that Brazens have with other skills. First, they combo with Vantage. Units with Brazen Vantage will strike first and strike hard. They also combo with Desperation. Brazen attack speed in particular can create nigh guaranteed Desperation doubles for large amounts of damage. Third, Brazens work with Wrath. Brazen Wrath combined with Ignis is one of the most consistent and reliable ways to break the triangle. These synergies work because all of these skills care about having reduced HP, but that's just the start. Because Brazens stack with every other in-combat effect and all visible buffs, we should consider their synergy with other skills that affect or change the same stat. Brazen attack defense or defense res work well with close defense, for example. Brazen attack speed is a powerful enabler of both heavy or flashing blade, and Brazen attack defense and attack speed work well with odd attack wave, so on and so forth. Brazen skills aren't without problems though. The condition is easy to satisfy, but you do need to take damage to get there. That usually means fighting in one round of combat. Further, as A skills, Brazens are competing with powerful choices like breath skills or distant counter. While I do think Brazens can be better than either of those in the right circumstances, distant counter and breath skills are much more user-friendly and still incredibly powerful. Okay, I've spent a lot of time already on this one, so let's take a look at some builds. Keep in mind that these aren't the only ways to use Brazen skills, there are just a few that I like. Also, these builds, more than usual, are going to be very high investment, and may not be optimized for your budget or score range. Let's start with a build that I posted on Twitter a few days ago. Brazen attack speed Elincia. This build is designed to do one thing and one thing only: activate Desperation and secure kills on the player phase. By combining Elincia's personal weapon, good base speed, and selfish Brazen buffs, we can take an excellent player phase attacker and make her into a force of destruction. The weapon for this build is Elincia's personal weapon, the Amity. Amity has 3 extra might over a normal Brave Sword, and also reduces her speed by 2 instead of 5. This makes Elincia one of the most reliable quad attackers in the game. The special is Moonbow or Glimmer. When combined with Heavy Blade and all of our buffs, we can activate these specials twice in one round of combat. The A skill is Brazen attack speed, the B skill is Desperation, and the C skill is Odd attack wave. If you're using Elincia as part of a flyer team, then the wave skill isn't necessary, however, and I'm only using it in this example to show off what Elincia can do without flyer support. Finally, the Sacred Seal, as I mentioned earlier, is Heavy Blade. At +10 with a speed boon, this variant of Elincia can reach an astounding 48 speed while wielding her personal weapon. 41 from stats, +7 from Brazen. If you live the dream and attack on an odd-numbered turn as well, then you have a net gain of 13 attack, 7 from Brazen and 6 from attack wave. These buffs combined bring your offensive stat line up to a truly absurd 62-48 on the player phase. Moving on, let's take a twist on this Desperation idea with another unit, Brave Lucina. Like Elincia, we use a Brazen effect in conjunction with Odd Attack Wave, Desperation, and Heavy Blade to spam specials for incredible damage. The weapon for this build is Slaying Lance, refined for speed. Then, we use Brazen attack defense, desperation, odd attack wave, and heavy blade as our offensive suite. This set is much more effective on the enemy phase than our previous Elincia build. It's a proper mixed phase duelist, and it can output truly insane amounts of damage. Elincia has a higher power ceiling, thanks to flyer buffs, mobility, and the brave effect on her weapon, but I feel like Lucina's stats end up looking a lot better. At plus 10 with a speed boon, this variant of Brave Lucina, with all of her buffs active, reaches a phenomenal 65 attack, 46 speed, and 38 defense. She's very hard to kill in melee on either phase, and can throw out high damage bonfires from the safety of desperation. If you like this build, it also works great on Nephany as well. Her stats are a lot like Brave Lucina, but she trades a little bit of damage and speed in exchange for a lot more defense. Next up, we'll take a look at another mixed phase bruiser, Brazen Chrom. Chrom has excellent attack and defense at base, and Brazen attack defense only pushes that advantage further. The goal with this set is to maximize Chrom's attack value while also keeping him resilient. It's a mixed phase build that can get into Brazen range safely and consistently, and then checkmates the enemy team with Vantage. The weapon is the Sealed Falchion. Plus 5 to every stat while below 100% HP is perfect for what we're trying to do. The A skill is Brazen attack defense, the B skill is Vantage, and the C skill is either odd attack wave or defense smoke. Fortunately, the C skills in any of these builds I've shown today aren't essential, so if you want to keep things budget, you can replace them and everything will still work. Finally, the thing that ties this build together is the Sacred Seal, Deflect Melee. Chrom, before buffs, is slow, and he'll get doubled on initiation. Deflect Melee allows him to attack safely into units with martial weapons, activating Brazen, Falchion, and Vantage for little risk. Then, on the enemy phase, Vantage combos with Deflect Melee to keep Chrom alive in the off chance that he fails to kill. The only thing to watch out for when using Deflect Melee though is its limitation. It only works on damage from swords, axes, and lances, and does nothing against dragons. Our last build for this video is a fun addition that incorporates one of the new Bridal Bloom skills, Speed Feint Seth. This build is designed to be as obnoxious as possible by tanking and throwing out buffs and debuffs. We accomplish our goal by stacking Safeguard, Brazen Defense Res, Attack Smoke, and Close Defense. The end result is that Seth becomes a nigh unkillable wall that flips between rallying his teammates and feinting his opponents. The weapon is Safeguard, refined with defense. Our special is Ignis, and our assist has to be a rally skill. The A skill is Brazen Defense Res, the B skill is Speed Feint, and the C skill is Attack Smoke. The seal is Close Defense. This build is ill-equipped to initiate, but Speed Feint gives you something to do on the player phase. Honestly, when fully buffed, the only thing that Seth needs to watch out for are specials, and in particular, specials that cut through his defense or deal true damage. Overall, Brazens are quickly becoming some of my favorite skills. They reward units that can stay in the fight, and encourage players to take risks when building units and during gameplay. Brazens do have some initial setup, but that setup is easy compared to a lot of other skills. Brazens are strong on their own, but their real power lies in the synergy with other effects. Brazens can work with Heavy Blade, Wrath, Vantage, Close Defense, Smoke skills, and more, and when all of these effects combine, you're left with incredibly self-sufficient units. Brazens can go on almost anything and help units specialize into a particular niche. The opportunity cost of Brazens is significant, but getting the benefit of plus 7 to 2 stats on both phases is honestly worth the effort. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like or subscribing. You can find me on Twitter at DireThunderYT, so feel free to send me cool stuff or just drop by to say hello. As always, I hope to see you next time. Take care.